got one next to us.
Just couldn't see.
All right. Vacation's over, boys and girls. It's time to go back to work here on 1650 PWAM. It's not work. Who am I kidding? We love to do this. Thank you for joining us here for Monday Night PWAM. That's Monday Night PWAM right here on 1650 PWAM. 1650 PWAM. And, wow. Mr. AC, what's up?
What's up, brother?
Vacation's over, my friend. Time to go to work.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Oh, man. Dude, I'm sunburnt from head to toe.
Really? I'm tan as hell. I mean,
Dude.
I fake bake, though, so I got,
Oh, man. My
10 minutes a day, and I look, I got my tan on me.
my nose right now is like leather. It's so sunburnt. Like, I'll be honest. I took a family vacation to Williamsburg. They actually stayed at a really nice resort called the Kings Gate Resort. They had, you paid $48 for the week. You got unlimited access to the pool, unlimited access to free arcade games all week.
$48 for the week?
Yeah. For a week.
I got to go vacation down there. Jesus, that's like a meal up here.
That's just for the amenities.
That's like a bottle of wine.
To stay at the actual room though was like $700. So
okay, all right. I was like, wait a minute.
So it was like $700 for the room, which included it was a condo, so it's 2 bedrooms. All 5 of us were able to sleep in there. Included a full kitchen, so we didn't have to go out to dinner every night. But for $48,
you got another little Joe Jr. on the way, or what?
Hell no, man. Hell no. Hell no. I got 3 kids. That's enough. That's it. And 2. Well, I got one of them that I could claim as mine. Put it that way. We went to Water Country, USA, which is the Mid-Atlantic's, or actually no, they claim it is the East Coast's biggest water park, and I, like a dumbass, didn't put sunscreen on because I was just gonna sit out and chill. I'm too old to be climbing flights of fucking stairs and going down water rides anymore.
Oh, come on. That sounds like a blast.
Dude, I went down a couple with my son. We went down on one of those ones. It's called the Colossal Curl, where, you sit on a fucking raft and this damn thing takes you down a hill and then you drop. Like, literally, you feel weightless. My fat ass was weightless, if you can believe that.
Well, it is. Going down, I'm fine. I got to be honest. I'm afraid of heights. So the one thing about those damn water rides, like you're talking about, the stairs, is like when you're stuck halfway up it, and it's like you can just see.
Well, see,
what's the weight limit on these fucking stairs where there's 900 people on them?
We went on, and then it's telling you the maximum weight on the ride is like 450 or 700. They made my ass step on a scale, but me and my son both. So we were okay to go down it, just me and him. And he's 7 years old. He's a little daredevil, so he wanted to go down the damn thing. So
Good thing you didn't bring Rick with you, huh?
Yeah. Wow. Actually, Rick right now is camping in the woods in Massachusetts. So.
He's weighing in with black bears.
He posted a picture on Facebook. He's got a damn iPod and his phone. He's like, "You didn't think I was going to go camping without Wi-Fi, did you?"
I hope Hollywood Edwards is listening in. He got a kick out of that one. I can see him laughing right now.
I know, right?
Sipping on the coconut coffee.
Hey, after the shit he's been through, he needs a laugh.
Yeah, that's
literally.
for sure.
But no, we go down this colossal curl. It's one of those things where it's like the fucking ride, you drop, and then after you drop, you go another curve, and then you go up. It looks like a fucking half pipe from hell. I mean, you literally go straight up. And my son weighs 50 fucking pounds. And we're sitting straight up, and I'm like, my boy is like, Dad, were you crying on the ride? I was like, I was having a fucking fit because I was worried you were going to fall off this damn thing. Yes, I was fucking had tears in my eyes telling your ass to hold on.
That's the thing about the kids. The kids are fearless. You know what I mean? Man. You're like, you see your life flashing before your eyes, and the kid is like, holy shit, Dad, this is the greatest thing ever.
We get off this thing. We finally, after the big thing where it like takes you up the half pipe, you go back, then you go, around another big curve real fucking fast and into a splash pool, and that's the ride. The ride maybe lasts all of 30 seconds. Climbing the stairs took me about 10 minutes. Because my fat ass had to stop. And I'm sitting there huffing, son, yeah, Dad, it's right there.
I don't give oxygen a fuck. Halfway through.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You gotta wait on Dad. He ain't as young as he used to be. 10 years ago, I would have fucking bolted up those things, man. But now it's like, nope, can't do it. We get off this thing. He's like, can we go again? I'm like, fuck you. We're going back and sitting down. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, my dumbass forgot to put sunscreen on. So the top, and I had just shaved my head. There's very little hair on my head, so my fucking head is burnt, like crispy crittered. My nose is fucking burnt. My legs and arms are burnt. I mean, I'll just say this. We went on a Friday, so we had, like, no waits on any of the rides. So it was a very fun day. But Saturday, everybody was just fucking toasted. I mean, everybody got sunburnt except for my son because he doesn't get – we doused him in sunscreen. He pretty much bathed in it. But anyway.
Hey, you're lucky you got sun. It's been nothing but fucking rain up here.
Well, today it's been raining all day, so we picked a good day to come home. Stopped at the Virginia Diner on the way home, which has been featured on Diners, Dine-Ins, and Drives with Guy Fieri. So,
in Paducah?
No, actually, it's in Wakefield, Virginia, and it's site of the U.S.'s first peanut crop was planted like a mile away from the diner. That's their claim to fame.
So I haven't talked to you in a while. I got a question for you though.
Oh Lord,
how's my buddy Chip Day doing?
I haven't. Well, the one time I've seen
you didn't go to the show. I thought you went to a show with my buddy Chip Day.
I did go, and he teamed up with Trevor Lee. That match is coming up on Worldwide. He teamed up with Trevor Lee. They tagged together, which as soon as we got back from intermission, I was like, oh fuck, they're tagging him up now. Which I have my thoughts about that, and you'll hear that once the match actually airs on YouTube. Which, folks, we are going to be doing.
Save it.
Tomorrow night, we got to catch up. Me and Edwards are going to catch you up on what we think, because we got like 3 fucking episodes of this show to cover, or at least 2. We got 2 episodes of the show to cover. We got to do Saturday night CWF plus last Wednesday's episode. We're going to get that tomorrow night. I don't know what time, probably at around 10 o'clock, because I don't get off till 9:30. But, let's get into tonight. For about a month now, I subscribe to one of the dirt shits. I'll admit it. I like PW Insider. They're a good group over there, okay? Mainly because I don't want to go to every other fucking other dirt shit site that gives you viruses and pop-ups.
That just copy off of PW Insider.
That, and they give you viruses and pop-ups when you go there.
Right.
So $8 a fucking month. Who cares, So I fucking shell out the $8 a month, and for every Tuesday for the last month, it's the same headline. Raw has lowest rating of 2017. Raw has lowest rating of 2017. Raw has lowest rating of the last decade, from what one of the dirt sheets said.
Well, look what they're giving you.
Yeah, tonight was a little bit better than what they have been giving us. A little bit, but not by much.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's almost like there's so much that you could just take a shit on if you try to look at the bright side of things. It was a little bit better. Where, in a normal year, you would have took a dump on tonight's Raw, but considering what you've got the last 6 weeks, you're like,
this ain't so bad.
It was okay. I could get it. I could go a lot of ways there. I don't really know where you want to start. Obviously, I'm kind of digging what they're doing with Reigns right now. A little more of a badass. We've talked about it before with his little cock in the fist.
Here's what killed me.
12-year-old, let me cock my fist. Get rid of that. But I thought the last 2 days they really booked Reigns as kind of a badass, and I kind of like it. And I think still a mixed reaction, but he's getting a huge reaction. and there's more cheers than he has been getting.
Here's what killed me about Reigns, and here's my counterpoint to that. Last night, at the end of that match, Balor had Reigns beat. That's just it.
Well, they made no bones
about the fact that Finn, in a one-on-one match, Finn Balor can beat Roman Reigns. That's the message they sent.
I got to tell you right now, I probably would have smashed my TV if Finn beat Reigns there. Honestly, I gotta admit it, dude. I don't know what it is, and I'm trying very hard not to just totally trash Balor, but at the same time, I want to totally trash Balor, and they didn't go there, which I'm okay with. I was kind of looking for them to do something different with this match. I thought maybe Rollins. I don't have a problem with Joe. Let's face it, whoever faces Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire isn't the end-all be-all of this story. I would think whoever he faces at that match, Lesnar will probably dispose of. So
is it?
I mean, they offered Joe up, and they're building Joe up strong, and I don't have a problem with that. You got to make him build. You got to build him up strong going into a match with Lesnar, but at the same time, I don't think you're going to get a lot from Joe out of that match.
A couple things about Balor before we move on. Is it It's going to annoy AC, and the WWE went right for AC's jugular because
they really did too. Those motherfuckers.
The thing with I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but the Great Balls of Fire promo, the commercial for Great Balls of Fire, you shake my nerves.
I didn't even see it. I don't even think I saw
it. They got the rights to Jerry Lee Lewis, so if they're going to go that route, they're going good with it. I like the Jerry Lee Lewis version of the song, but it's all 50s themes. You got Samoa Joe's Diner and Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar's cars parked out front. And what did they do with fucking? I mentioned it to Edwards. What did they do with Finn Balor in this commercial? They went the total greaser route, having him pop his collar, and the girls going wild, baby.
He's a fucking modern day Fonzie, I know.
But here's what kills me though.
I got it. He looked like a fucking midget in the ring next to the other four, but I mean, he's Fonzie. All right, I get it.
But here's what kills me though about this. All that was well and good.
We had 205 Live all the way, baby.
We had Lesnar beating. Balor beating up Reigns last night. They swerved you at the end with the finish, which was the right thing to do. I'm happy with Samoa Joe. Honestly, out of the 5, I bet you. Besides Bray Wyatt, we knew Bray Wyatt wasn't winning, but I bet you if we had to rank who would win, Joe and Rollins would be tied for probably, least likely to win after Wyatt. But my point to all this is
least likely how though? Least likely to win the title or least likely to win that match? Because both. I kind of thought they were going that way. I know everybody jumped on the Balor deal. I kind of agreed with it the way they're booking it. You kind of thought they were going that way, but I thought there was a chance they would go Rollins. I agree. I didn't really see Joe winning. But I guess it was good. I mean,
the match was good.
It's better than the match was good. Listen, on that show they needed something good because the rest of that show was fucking terrible.
I mean, I skipped through the cruiserweight shit, the Sasha Banks match, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I got home today. I was like, I gotta watch this.
Don't even get me started.
I skipped
there.
it.
Oh, come on.
Is it telling that we did not see one?
Come on.
Is it telling?
You need Sasha Banks to get over the purple fucking brand? Come on.
That's their gimmick to watch it. You didn't.
This is what they're trying to do. They're using Sasha Banks to get over a bunch of guys that nobody cares about.
Exactly.
When the titles being competed on or matches on with Neville and fucking Austin Aries. I mean, what are you accomplishing by getting Rich Swann over with Sasha Banks?
I know.
Right
what
now?
Is it? And having them two shuck and jive in the ring. What good does it do? It doesn't do a damn bit of good.
Zero. It does nothing. It's keeping Sasha out of the women's title picture right now and just giving her some. They like to let me give somebody something to do. It's almost like let's give somebody something to do.
What would you have her do? Because she's very clearly not in a position to win that title back because every time she does, she gets injured.
Well, I agree with that, but I mean, I don't have a direct
do?
answer for you
people?
what she should do. I just know using her to try to get that brand. If they need to start using Sasha Banks to get that brand over, they're telling me that they're failing. You're admitting to me that you're failing by doing it. That's the way I look at it.
I want to get back to Balor for a second here. Is it telling that he had a really good showing last night? He was beating up Roman at the end.
Every guy in the match had a good showing though. I thought every guy had their moment in a way.
But Balor specifically, he was beating Roman Reigns. He was beating the big dog. He was beating the guy in his own yard.
You're just so happy that happened. He's beating the big dog.
But here's the thing, though.
Guy. He didn't. Well, we don't know that he was going to pin him because he didn't. So they give you that caveat.
My point to this is he was nowhere to be found on this show tonight.
Which was strange. I'm with
really
you.
Strange.
I thought he might have something to do with the main event, but they did the stupid Bray Wyatt deal there just to give Seth a little rub for losing, I guess. I don't know.
And it also tells the tale of we really thought that going out of this 5-way they were going to get back on course. We were going to see, Rollins versus Joe, which that clearly happened tonight. But we thought that Balor and Bray feud was going to happen. And now they've kind of changed course to where now it's now it's Rollins and Wyatt. Are we going to see Balor versus Reigns coming out of this? I mean, like you said, it's very
want that. I honestly would. I personally feel that Reigns has a lot of chemistry with Rollins. I think he has a lot of chemistry with Wyatt. I'd rather see Reigns go either one of those guys rather than Balor, because I think if you do him versus Balor, you're right back to that point where you're making a portion of the crowd, you're almost forcing them to boo Reigns. And if he ever wins, then you're going to get, they're shoving him down my throat. You know what I mean? I can just see that. If he were to take out Bray Wyatt at this point, I mean, it's not a super huge deal because, let's face it, everybody wins their program against Bray Wyatt. But at least you'd have a good program. You'd have you probably get a fair amount of good matches out of it. I kind of feel the same way with Rollins. I think Rollins is at a point right now, if he was to lose a feud to Reigns, I don't think people would go crazy about it. I don't think Seth is viewed like the guy, but I think if you go to that well right now, you're setting both guys up for failure in a way, which is stupid. Hold on, before we move on, I got a quick question for you before I forget.
What's that?
Did you see the transvestite looking blonde with the dress on with her tits hanging out the whole match? In the crowd?
In the crowd? No, I didn't. I have to go back and watch
you missed it. Oh, how did you miss her? When they were, let's say if you're coming down the ramp and they're wrestling on the right hand side of the ring. If you're facing walking down the ramp, you're facing the ring. The right hand side, all the guys are wrestling, and it was basically the hard cam side. So the hard cam is faced towards them as they're doing their work, and on the other side of the ring, you had this blonde with this, I don't know, it was like a prom dress or something on. Her tits were hanging out. And then I'm like, God, it looks like a transvestite. Oh, it just totally stood out at a wrestling show.
Was this last night or tonight? And which match was it during?
It was during the main event last night that I noticed it.
Okay. I'll have to go back and watch them because I really didn't. I was watching last night. I watched the last two matches, the Cruiserweight title match, which was actually a lot of people shitting on the Cruiserweight division. I actually liked that match last night.
Yeah, but it's Neville and Austin Aries. Come on. You got to have a good match.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but where they go from here with the thing with...
Well, that's always the question.
But anyway,
where do we go from here with this?
They should put it right in the fucking garbage can.
With these creative people in creative.
Yeah.
I mean,
TV
they're
writers.
so creative over there. I mean, let's have SmackDown open the same way as Raw for the 8th week in a row.
Edwards was great to point that out.
Oh, he was going nuts last week.
That was so good.
But it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same.
He was playing like A is to B, as C is to D.
The best part was he wasn't even exaggerating. Right. It was the same fucking opening of the show.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like they're supposed to have different creative teams for Raw and SmackDown. No, they don't. It's all Vince. It's clear to see.
No, I'm blaming Dewey. Dewey Foley. He's on both teams. Dewey Foley is the leader of both sides.
If that's the case,
knew when they hired Dewey Foley this was going to happen.
If that's the case, Dewey Foley booked a hell of a segment tonight between Samoa Joe and Paul Heyman. That segment right there got me wanting to see these two in the ring. And I love the way they did it, where they both put down their fucking microphones.
Well, it was something different for Heyman, too.
Hell yeah. And it was something different of, they didn't have it all over the live fucking crowd so they could shit on it. They had it really tight up where the shotgun mics that were on the cameras picked up the audio to where the crowd couldn't hear that shit. And I loved it. I loved every last bit of it. And what I love even more, and you guys rag on Reigns or praise Reigns for doing this all the time, the fucking crowd, after he chokes him out, the crowd sitting there going, we want Brock, we want Brock. And you could tell that this was unplanned because the microphone wasn't even up when he said it, but you could still hear it. He fucking improvises, and he picks up a mic on his way out of the ring and goes, you know what? I want him too, and throws the mic down and walks out. That to me was so fucking beautiful. And if Vince McMahon isn't giving him an attaboy pal when he gets back to the back for that, he fucking damn well deserves it. Samoa Joe does.
No, you know what he got? Why'd you go off script, pal? That's another 3 suplexes from Brock.
Fuck. You see what they did to Alexa Bliss when she went off script and called the fucking fans out on their what bullshit? You get, this is your life. And then what do? Next week, oh, this is my life. And then they turn around and admit that they failed last week. That's by having Kurt Angle, the goddamn general manager. The goddamn general manager points out that was the worst shit. You're the general manager. Why did you let it go on?
Speaking of Alexa Bliss, I got a real problem with the way they fucking just totally just put Bayley at the bottom of her grave last night. I mean, oh my God. I mean, I like Alexa Bliss. Her whole ordeal, that stuck up bitch deal she's doing. I love it.
I love it.
Gorgeous. The whole thing. I love that part of it. But man, they did Bayley dirty last night, man. Bayley she didn't have a chance in that match. My God.
Here's what, and it continues this thing of, Vince is really showing the crowd that I'm the fucking boss. You can praise Triple H and what he does down there and all you want to, but at the end of the day, my word is law. So I'm going to take everybody that you love from NXT and everybody that was put over and fucking bury them. Because Alexa Bliss, when she left NXT, she wasn't half as over as she is now. She was not.
She was I'll tell you this. If you're right about that, you guys can kiss your fragile Debbie goodbye.
I've been right about it.
Your fragile Debbie, he's going to be all done soon.
I've been right about it since they launched the fucking network and started putting people up on the main roster. Ever since Bo Dallas came up, I've been saying it.
Yeah.
Two guys now. There's only 2 guys now that have actually gotten a fairly decent fucking rub, and that's now Samoa Joe and fucking Kevin Owens.
Yeah, well, you're ahead of the game with Joe here. I mean, we got a long way to go here with Joe. I mean, he's baby steps right now. Owens, if you're gonna hang your hat on NXT right now, I would say Owens would be the guy. I know people like to bring the Shield up, but I mean that was pre NXT being what it is.
Yeah.
Same things with the Wyatts. I mean, the guy you're gonna hold your hat on is definitely Owens. Woman wise, I mean, I would say obviously Charlotte, and I guess right now you're still up in the air with Balor.
Oh yeah.
I like Baron Corbin a lot, but the way they've been booking Baron Corbin, I could just see it going the other way really fast with him. The bad, he's on that teetering thing right now. You know what I mean? And they haven't done him right, and I think they're at like a cross point where he becomes either really good or he becomes, just another guy. You know what I mean? Like I don't really have a word for it.
The Dean Ambrose Miz deal. I was so happy that Miz got the belt back, and tonight I'm on Twitter going.
I wish they got Miz away from Dean tonight.
Me too. Me too.
I thought that last night should have been the end of that and got Miz away from him. I didn't like the fact that Dean was brought back into it tonight.
Dean is owed a rematch for that belt. Okay, so they have to give him his rematch, kind of.
Yawn. I mean, come on, man. They break these rules all the time.
You're right.
The champion has to defend within 30 days.
Yeah,
that rule goes out the window every time Brock Lesnar or Bill Goldberg wins the fucking title.
Hell, they made reference to it tonight with Joe cutting that beautiful promo of "I want Brock's got." It was a very CM Punk-esque promo that Joe cut tonight. I want what Brock's got. I want to be able to come and go as I please. I want Paul Heyman to be my advocate. I'm like, holy shit! If that ain't a Punk line right there, I don't know what is. But I'm sitting here watching The Miz, and I
want to be handed a spot in the UFC with.
Yeah.
Or don't get me started. I'm sorry. Edwards, steam's coming at Edwards' ears already because he knows what I'm saying.
As soon as they started fucking the segment with The Miz and Maurice in the ring, and they got that bear, and I'm sitting there going, "That's the fucking bear from the goddamn porno site." And then they started going, "Dancing bear, who ordered the dancing bear?" And I'm just
you want to know what's funny? Like
they
gave me the idea he was gonna attack, but I'm looking at him. I'm like, it's too fucking small.
Yeah, he's too
skinny. The guy in there who's the only guy who could be in there that's not on 205 Live is Finn Balor
or Ellsworth. They put Ellsworth in there, but he's like,
Ellsworth. It was.
But I'm sitting there going, Ellsworth. They keep going dancing bear.
I thought it was one of the broads.
They sitting there going dancing bear, dancing bear. I'm like, do you not realize that if you type in dancing bear in Google, you're liable to get a fucking porno site?
I didn't even know that.
Dude, it's a fucking porno site.
Hey, have you seen all the things on the internet with the promo material for Great Balls of Fire with how it kind of has the shape of a dick?
Oh yeah, it has balls. It's red fucking testicles.
Balls. I mean, you could trace it out to be like a backwards penis.
But apparently, the whole gimmick of this dancing bear website is a guy in it's a stripper in a bear costume, and the gimmick of all these videos is we booked the dancing bear for the bachelorette party, but it's literally a fucking male porn star inside of a dancing bear costume who takes everything off but the head of the bear and starts fucking these women.
Well, I mean, that's like when they did the sorority thing, last year, and it comes out, it's like a bunch of fucking whores. And they're like, "Oh, rebook,
we can't do that." What lasted 2 weeks?
Sorority sisters or whatever the fuck they're on each other.
When you type in "dancing bear" in Yahoo, you get like a couple of things of the dancing bear. But like it's a couple animated bears, but the main thing I'm sitting here getting is like fucking porno sites.
Jesus Christ. you know when they jinxed that one? When Triple H went on the Austin podcast and was like, well, if you Google China, he just, at the time, you know what he was thinking and you kind of got what he was saying. But in the cynical, sensitive universe, the insecure universe that is the WWE fan, you just know that's going to blow up in your face because at every turn, when you can Google something and it turns out to be even partially raunchy, it's going to be like, yeah, Google China. You know what I mean? This is like 3 years this has been going on.
This Miz segment, though, was Vince's way of going, we're going to fuck with the internet fans. As soon as they see the goddamn bear pal, they're going to think it's him. And then we're going to swerve him again and go with the Jim Cornette thing of anything that comes out of a box is over, goddamn motherfuckers. So they fucking bring the box out there, and Maurice is like, no, I bought you a fucking gift, and you ruined it. And she fucking hauls off and runs off, so now he's got marital issues on top of this shit, which I like that part. It shows that those two are not infallible as a couple.
Well, I that part of it, I'm with you. I just didn't need Dean being re-interjected into the thing here.
And then what I mean? You knew the second you saw the dancing bear, and then they did the box, that Dean was coming.
Oh, yeah, you knew it.
You knew, and anytime,
it was just a matter of when and where.
Anytime somebody kicks somebody out of the building,
let's
they're
be
coming
honest.
back.
When the fuck do you ever see a cameraman in a WWE ring, even on one of those segments? It never happens. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh, there's Dean.
Yeah, well,
they booked this shit. This is my point. They booked this shit for 12-year-olds.
Well, it's not that you don't ever see them.
I got a thought about that if you want to touch on the tag match from last night.
My thing is that if with this cameraman, it was like you do see them occasionally in the ring, but they're quick to cut away when they get in the shot. And another thing is, not one time did we see an angle from that camera. We saw angles from everywhere but in the ring, you know?
Right.
So that was then when I was like, oh, fuck. And then they call the cameraman out by name. I was thinking of your
boy Grant Sawyer when I saw the cameraman in the ring.
Oh, shit. Dude, come on.
None but love. None but love. I'm just being a dick.
Hey, it works on CWF. I mean,
I know. I'm joking. Relax.
So we have the tag match tonight. Well, let's get to the tag stuff. Hardy Boys weren't anywhere on this show, which is probably a good thing. And
after last night,
I don't have it. What is your problem with the tag match? Because I like the finish, but the thought of Jeff Hardy's out, but then he comes back in, and now they have to start all over. No.
All right. Well, here's my. I have two major problems with it. Here's my first major problem. If you're, and I get it, suspend your disbelief. I know you got to suspend your disbelief. Ha ha ha. It's not fake. It's real. But suspend your disbelief. I get it. All right. So don't tweet me any dumb shit. But if Jeff Hardy's out of the ring, and I believe it was Cesaro is trying to go through the. No, it was Sheamus. He's trying to go through the door. Cesaro's on the other side of the ring. And Matt Hardy's trying to keep Sheamus from going through the door. He should have just went out the fucking door with him.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he goes out the door with him, the match is over. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, I mean, you know what? That might be nitpicking, but
it is.
Definitely oh, come on, dude. It kind of hit me thinking, logically, I'm like, go out the fucking door. Go out the door. Go out the door.
My
what are you
problem,
doing? And then the other thing, too, is you just knew. And this is my problem. The whole Hardy thing, they are still the Jeff Hardys in the WWE now. This is not the broken Matt Hardys. He could swing his arm in a delete fashion all he wants. It is not broken Matt Hardy.
Nope.
This is all about Jeff. And here's the proof. The proof's in the pudding. They set that whole match to get the Jeff Hardy spot. And not only he does the move, he lands on the two guys and they get up before he does. Come on.
My biggest problem with that is you're absolutely right, but what
plus
hits it
Sheamus
home,
and Cesaro, it took them 15 minutes to get over the cage. I've seen guys jump 10 feet higher than where they were. I'm like, why Matt's trying to pull Jeff through the door? I'm like, why the fuck don't they jump? They're halfway down already. What are they waiting for?
Didn't Sheamus have to give Cesaro a boost to get over anyway? That's another thing. But my biggest problem with that match was Jeff Hardy goes out. So now it's Matt Hardy versus those two. But then they reintroduce Jeff Hardy going, well, and just to fucking do that spot, just like you said.
Right,
just to do that whisper in the wind. Just to put that spot. And then when he hits the spot, he goes, now the rules are, well, he climbed out.
He's back in the match.
But then he climbed back in, so he's back in the match, and now the Hardys have to climb back out together.
Right.
That makes no sense. He's already out.
I'll lead that into the whole show. This is what they do now, though. First of all, to call that pay-per-view Extreme Rules as a whole is ridiculous.
Give me
there was nothing
break.
extreme. There was none fucking extreme about it. Number one. But number two, this idea that we announced on the pre-show that this match is going to be, you can only win it by having both guys hit the floor. There's no pinfalls. There's no submissions. Why the fuck wasn't that booked 2 weeks ago?
Exactly.
And then it's like, let's make up the rules as we go. Same thing. Submission match. You have the submission match with Aries and Neville. At no point did they say the submission has to happen in the ring until Aries wins the match outside the ring. Then it's like, whoa, no. You can't win it outside the ring. You got to win inside the ring.
Submission matches
Tell
in general
us that.
Submission matches in general. That's what kills me. That's what kills me. They expect you to know some shit.
Did you ever? They want it. I hear this all the time from the sensitive universe when I like to take a dump when they try to act like it's real fighting, like with Lesnar and Orton at SummerSlam, and they're like, they're just trying to get some realism.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Want to get some realism? You want to know what the UFC does before every fucking match? They tell you what the rules are. They don't tell you what the rules are in the middle of the match. They tell you before the match.
My biggest
Give
problem.
me a break.
You want to know my biggest problem with the pay-per-view, and that was that fucking women's match, because here's the here's the thing about the women's match, okay? It's kendo stick on a pole, and they go, whoever grabs the kendo stick can legally use it. So what's the first
legally use it? Legally. You can legally use the kendo.
So what's the first booking thing we do?
Legally use it.
Yeah, okay. So Bayley grabs it. So she should be the only one that's allowed to use this kendo stick, okay? By the rules.
Right.
So what happens? She never gets to fucking use it on Bliss.
Oh,
Bliss immediately hits her, grabs the stick, and bam, uses it. Wait a minute.
Alexa
Bliss
shouldn't be allowed to use it.
She should be DQ'd.
I know, the rules change all the time.
But another thing. Anytime something is on a pole, whether it's brass knuckles, going back to the NWA, they used to have coal miners globe on a pole matches. That's your finish. Whatever's on the pole is your finish.
Right, it happened way too early.
Have Bayley swing it a couple times. Bliss ducks it. Swing out her feet. Bliss jumps over it. Bliss hits her. The kendo stick's over there on the other. Goes to the outside. Spot, 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 spot. Finally, Bliss goes outside the ring, grabs the stick, pings Bayley in the back. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Terrible. It was fucking terrible.
It was. But no, we're selling shots. Oh, here's a picture of Bayley's back from last Monday and showing what a mark it leaves, and that makes her extreme.
How many times did you see that picture of Bayley's back?
They've hit rock
I've
bottom.
seen the picture of Bayley's back more than I've seen Donald Trump on the news.
They've hit rock bottom with this Bayley character. There's no way you can.
They ruined it. Turn
her heel. Turn her heel now. That's the only way you can come back from this.
They destroyed it.
Bayley wasn't nowhere on this show either.
It makes zero sense too because. And this you know, this is going to be counterpoint to a lot of my arguments with a lot of these guys. They're getting pushes because they're selling merch and they're fan friendly and they're getting hits on YouTube. They're getting hits on the network and the whole thing.
And all of that
we'll get to play to Bayley getting a big push here. And they totally have just gone like, Nia Jax. I mean, did The Rock call in like a personal favor to Vince and be like, hey.
I love Nia Jax.
Hey, Nia, I know Nia's, let's get Nia Jax over here. Oh, okay, pal. All right, Rock.
I love Nia
Here's
Jax.
what we're going to have you do, Rock. Can you show up at WrestleMania 34 and electrify the crowd? If you could do that for me, because all I care about is WrestleMania, I will put the title on Nia Jax. Okay, pal? I mean, can you not hear that fucking conversation happen? Because I can. I'm joking, but I can hear it fucking happening.
Yeah, you're right. I like Nia Jax, but here's
By
the
the
thing.
way, pal, I have it in. I'm going to send you some money when you run for president. Just make sure Linda gets in office.
Linda for VP.
Linda vice president.
And then we're going to do Raw live in the White House Rose Garden. Fuck. Instead of, Brock, they had the bowling alley, and then Brock had the baseball or the basketball court in. No, we're going to get a wrestling ring in the White House.
Here's what we're going to do, pal. We're going to make Brock head of the military. He's going to be Secretary of Defense.
Shit.
Right, pal?
Here's the thing about Nia Jax. I love me some Nia Jax, okay? I think Nia Jax is sexy as hell. But Nia tonight, I hate to rag on somebody. I know I'm hello pot. I'm the fucking kettle. Is it just me, or did Nia look like she had gained? What's that?
I think Mickie James is sexy as hell. Damn, put the belt on her.
But is it just me, or did Nia? It's time to change the ring gear because it looks like Nia Jax has gained weight.
And actually, I got to be fair to her. Yeah, because that ring gear doesn't do her any justice.
What they call it, the sausage
say
suit?
It nice way. Say it nice way.
It made it look like
a ring gear doesn't do her any justice.
This week it looked like she had gained weight, and I don't know whether it's because
she probably hasn't either.
No, she probably hasn't, but it's the fact that we haven't seen her on TV in how many weeks?
I always thought about this. When you talk about ring gear and the appearance they send them out with, because there was a while there where Natalya was coming out, and you would think she's nothing, but then if you looked at her fucking Instagram, you're like, God damn, she's fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Like tits, everything. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like, all right, pal, we're PG now. Like let's not let them look like women. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like play into the fact that they're sexy as fuck. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, why are you trying to hide it? Don't hide it. You're playing to men. Let them be sexy.
It's like
I understand. You don't have to have lingerie pillow fights anymore. I get it. You don't have to have live sex shows in the ring, but you can make women look like fucking women. It'll be all right.
It's like what we say about...
we don't need Mickie James in fucking bell bottoms.
Well, that's her gimmick. I mean, come on. She's been doing that since,
I know, but it sucks. I want to see more skin, less fucking gear.
It's the same thing that we see about CWF. We have CO Party on a couple weeks ago. What do they do about CO Party to push lapel pins? They shoot her fucking tits, and then they zoom out and show you what a brilliant, beautiful, charming woman she actually is. And by the time the promo's over, yeah, you're still fascinated by her goddamn tits and those pins, but you're also like, I want to see what else she can do. And then later on in her later episodes, they show what she can do as a ring announcer and as a backstage promo, that she has some actual fucking personality, but she can be sexy too. And I think that's where they lost their way now. It's like...
I'm more interested in seeing Mandy Leon versus Deonna Purrazzo this Friday at NEW. I'll be honest with you.
They don't know how to find that perfect balance. Fuck.
They're going to give you a good match. Like you said, personality, the whole thing. You're going to get the whole package, and it's not going to be done in a quote-unquote distasteful way, but half the guys in the front row are going to be like, oh, my God.
And I think the audience is partly to blame for this, because now, I mean, look at us. We're sitting here 3 years ago.
Why? Because the universe is a bunch of sensitive pussies.
No,
that's why.
Hold on. Let me make a point here. Three or 4 years ago, we were like, please let them fucking wrestle. And now here we are 3 years later going, yeah, we got it, they can wrestle, but show us that they actually have some tits and ass and are beautiful too, and not covering it all up. And I think now that the sensitive universe, us fans, and WWE needs to find a common mix to,
I agree.
both. So...
Yeah, but the thing is, I still want to see Lana and what's her name there that they got rid of, read everything. Fucking, the fuck's her name? Eva Marie. She was fucking smoke show. Why would you ever get rid of her?
And her
Find something for her to do. Make her a valet. What's wrong with you?
Her in-ring work was actually improving.
It was. I don't even care. I don't want to see her wrestle.
I do. It's wrestling.
Okay. No, but she could do so many other things.
True.
Why does this is what I don't get. Factions, where are they? Managers, where the fuck are they? You have them here and there.
In WWE,
you got Paul Heyman, but he's only for Brock Lesnar. Back in the day, the Heenan family was actually a family. They actually had people in the Heenan family. They actually had tag teams and wrestlers, and they had guys going for the title, and they had guys going for the Intercontinental title, and they had guys going for the tag team titles.
That's right.
And they had Heenan himself, getting involved in things. It was a story. It was a faction. What are they? They don't have any of that now. There's no look at the Wyatts are a perfect example. A perfect example. They get the Wyatts there. You have this faction and everybody, this heel faction, that everybody's plan for this is to add to it. But what do? We'll break it up. And then we'll put it back together and we'll add Braun Strowman. And okay, we got the family again. Oh, no, we got to break it up again. Come on. Where is this stuff? But the club, for example, you got AJ, Doc, and Carl. You could have had something with that. Did you see what the fuck they did with Doc and Carl tonight? Ugh. With the Big Show and Enzo? That was
horrible.
The only thing that I actually enjoyed about it was how stupid Enzo was. It was so fucking stupid. It was actually funny for like a second. But the idea that they put him with the Big Show and then totally squashed Doc and Carl again just annoyed me to no end.
The whole time I'm sitting there watching that segment, I'm sitting there going, please tell me Big Show's going to fucking knock this motherfucker out.
That's what I wanted too. All I wanted Big Show was to do was one punch KO fucking Enzo into next week.
But you know what would have happened if that would have happened? Then you have the sensitive universe going, oh my God, Big Show's flip-flopping between heel and babyface again. He's rarely seen. We don't know what he is.
Who cares? And then let him fight Big Cass.
And this whole thing of, Enzo gets knocked out, and now we think they're building up to something good with Enzo being the guy to find, because Enzo eventually is going to be the next Roman Reigns. There's already talk of or not Enzo, Cass. There's talk of Cass.
I don't think either one of them's going to be.
Neither do I, but Vince's dick gets hard.
I was going to say Enzo because even the announcers even if they wanted to sell Enzo as a quality wrestler, the announcers fucking destroy him every time he comes in the ring.
Well, Corey Graves' gimmick ever since NXT was that he hates him. That's Graves' gimmick. But my thing is that Vince's dick gets hard whenever somebody's 7 foot tall, regardless of whether they can work or not. Okay, Vince is going to push Colin Cassidy sooner or later, and part of me
he should give him a shot though.
Yeah, exactly, and part of me wants to see it. But they could have done this thing of build it. Yes, Cass is revealed to be yes, it's totally predictable, but it's still entertaining to see.
Cass should be a heel with Carmella by his side.
Exactly.
And not Enzo. And that fucking... I'm not... Yeah, I'll just leave it at
anyway,
that.
But fucking, But now it's like, well, Collins 7, you ruined it. You fucking ruined it tonight. There's no way now that you can fucking treat this motherfucker like a big deal by getting laid out.
The Big Show just took Kaz's gimmick and took a fucking giant Big Show shit on it.
You know what I would have liked to see? I would have liked to see him lay fucking Enzo out, grab his own microphone and go, "It was me who laid you out 2 weeks ago. It was me who laid out your partner. Why? Because you two are a fucking joke, and I'm sitting in the back eating fucking free food every week, not getting a goddamn shot around here. Whatever happened to Giants getting a fucking shot, Something to that effect."
Especially, I gotta tell you, when he was in the ring with Doc and Carl, the Big Show's moving pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? He's had the good matches with Strowman. Right now, I'd rather see this Big Show wrestle than the fucking 900-pound out-of-shape asshole they had, flip-flopping and crying the last fucking 10 years. He actually can move right now and do something. But they're not gonna, why utilize that? Wow, why bother?
He's actually skinnier now than when he was in WCW back in '95.
It's crazy, but I mean, it's not even only the weight loss. It's just you could see it in his in-ring movement. I mean, listen, he's not fucking AJ Styles. We know that, but he's just him moving in the ring and doing things with different guys. Let the guy work some. He fucking lost a lot of weight. He looks great. I mean, he's got a personality. He's decent on the microphone. Like, if all these creative assholes that work there, you can't find anything to do with the fucking Big Show. Like, you can't find anything to do but have him be a fill-in for Big Cass tonight.
Anything else about Monday Night Raw before we move on to another topic that's kind of detrimental to our being here? I want to get your thoughts on this. But
anything else about Monday Night Raw or the pay-per-view that we missed? I think we got to everything.
I want to talk about what's going on with YouTube here.
Speaking of YouTube, what about the broad that called out Ziggler and what do you call it? The sensitive universe there. You got to jump all down her throat. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. What's up with this? I kind of mentioned. I heard you mention it on Twitter, or saw that you mentioned it on Twitter. But I honestly, my cell phone. I'm lucky for the last week if I've looked at my cell phone once a day. So.
Well, the insecure universe, the sensitive universe that is WWE. I mean, every time somebody calls out wrestling. We need to jump down their throat and we all need to tweet them like a cult and send death threats and everything else. I'll give you a quick synopsis. We won't spend a lot of time.
Are you talking about the
Hang on, I'm gonna pull it up because I don't remember the broad's name.
While you're doing that, I want to make mention of the dude from Kings of Leon did this, and I was one of the ones that were like,
right.
Fuck you, dude. He's like, can we please stop watching wrestling? And I stopped listening to your shitty band 5 years ago.
We know that, you are a card-carrying member of the sensitive universe at times.
Dude.
So
okay, somebody trashes the NFL. You're telling me you're not going to come to your sports defense? Come on.
Not in that way. I mean, it'd be really tough. I'll be honest with you. I am not like locked into anything enough right now to get that defensive about it. I'll tell you, it did annoy me a bit. Because
it's not just the WWE marks jumping all over Kings of Leon, dude. The indie marks started fucking trashing.
Oh
as
no,
well.
so. Listen. When I this let me put this out there. When I say the sensitive universe, and when I say the what is my not of course now my mind skips a beat and I forget. When I say the sensitive universe and I say the what the fuck. Typical of me to forget what I was calling them. The
Melvin Dassies,
the insecure universe,
the
sensitive universe, the insecure universe. I'm not just talking about WWE fan. No, I'm talking about wrestling fans. I'm talking about people that work in the business. I'm talking about workers. I'm talking about anybody that's in wrestling in any way that just gets onto this like this cult thing of let's get them, boys. Let's get them, girls. Let's go. We gotta get them. You're gonna die for what you said about wrestling. Come on. That's why I came up with the insecure universe. You're talking about a group of people who stand in a ring in their fucking underwear, okay, and have no problem performing in front of thousands of people in their fucking underwear. But God forbid you criticize one little thing they do, and it's like they're like fucking cockroaches. That's what annoys me. I mean, that if you would ask my biggest bitch about wrestling today, and there's plenty of bitches, that is my biggest one.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to equate to that. And I know enough about it because I deal with them all the fucking time on YouTube and Twitter because they're always trashing pro wrestling, and I'm so quick to fucking jump on football right back at them because the majority of people who trash wrestling are fucking sensitive universe NFL marks, okay? Dallas Cowboy fans are the fucking quickest. The second you fucking call them cowgirls,
you're talking about the worst fan base in the history of sports.
See, there you go. You prove my point. You prove my point. So, what's the difference between...
So it's okay. So what you're saying is
what's the difference in somebody defending
it's okay for wrestling fans to act like Cowboy fans?
What I'm saying, no, any NFL team though does it. The Cowboys are the worst ones, but it's any NFL team.
You hate football. That's why you're saying football.
Dude,
nobody defends the NFL that vehemently. You're wrong about that.
Dude, no way.
They destroy the fucking commissioner of the NFL. Half the time they destroy the sport. There's nobody that vehemently defends the NFL the way wrestling people defend wrestling. I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen.
I would disagree with that, man. The ratings say otherwise.
It has nothing to do with ratings. It has to do with you have a group of people. This would be like, all right, I'll give you an example. Somebody comes out and says, I'll give it, because this YouTube chick, I'm trying to find her name, allegedly had a date with Ziggler, and Ziggler blew her off, so she went on his YouTube rant, trashing him and trashing wrestling. So everybody's got to get their fucking panties in a bunch, because now all of a sudden they care about some YouTube vlogger, all right, to just jump all over.
This would be vlogging.
Like somebody's. Hold on a second. I'll even use the Cowboys for an example. Ezekiel Elliott, their big running back, the big new star of the NFL, right, is going to date some broad or take her out, and he doesn't. And she goes on a video rant destroying him. And then every fan of the NFL, no, not just Cowboy fans, every fan of the NFL, the coaches, the training staff, the players, and the upper management gets on Twitter and destroys this one girl. It would never fucking happen. Every giant Cowboy, every giant Eagle Redskin fan would jump on Twitter and defend abroad and be like, Ezekiel Elliott's a piece of shit. But when it comes to wrestling, they're like, oh, how dare you?
Let me ask you, did she say pro wrestlers or wrestling business at all, or did she just hone in on Ziggler?
Apparently, it was mostly about Ziggler, but she did kind of trash pro wrestling.
Okay, there's her downfall.
But hold on. Then when she started getting Twitter heat, she said, "I don't give a fuck about wrestling. I know nothing about it." And the reason she kept it going, and she was posting screenshots of the fucking messages she was getting. Oh. You're a slut. You're a whore. I hope you die. I hope someone shoots you. Come on, dude. Like, and this, trust me, we know this. This is not one person. This happens all the time. And then Dana Brooke tweeted her. Dana fucking Brooke tweeted her. Come on. That would be like the Ezekiel Elliott thing, and like Odell Beckham was like, "Yo, I got to come to my boy's back," and tweet it out. There's no fucking way Odell's going to do that.
Here's my thing to this. Here's my whole thing to this is that I'm not saying that you're wrong, because the death threats and the fucking hate towards her, that's uncalled for. You can defend your sport all you want to, but you don't wish death on somebody. You don't call somebody a slut or whatever the case may be. That's I totally agree with you with that. But if she would have just said, Dolph Ziggler's a piece of shit, Dolph Ziggler's a fucking womanizer, Dolph Ziggler is this, that would have been one thing.
I think most of it was that.
She pulled it all fucking together and brought the sport of professional wrestling into it.
I don't think she totally did that, though. I think it was mostly about Ziggler, and then when she got heat, she then went after the WWE fan, and then they in turn went after her harder.
Sorry, but that's the WWE fans' fault then. You're right. It's one thing if a football player like Odell Beckham has a fucking date with somebody and that person goes, Odell Beckham's a piece of shit. But if that same person tweets out, all football players are pieces of shit,
Right.
Which is what, from what you're saying, this woman didn't do. This woman just centered it around Ziggler, and then the fucking sensitive universe jumped on. And
the majority of it was around Ziggler. She started getting heat, and then she said something to the effect of death threats from WWE fan. I don't know anything about wrestling. Why do you care about me? You're classless, blah, 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 blah. And then it kept going and escalated from there. From what I understand, her take was mostly Ziggler from the beginning.
Yeah, see, now I'm totally in agreement with you, because it's not like she went on, fucking... I know I'm dating myself because he no longer plays, but it's a big difference to say...
And me and Edwards had it's right there on Twitter. You guys can look it up. I mean, me and Edwards had a back and forth about it earlier.
Yeah, I kind of
glanced at it. Edwards was like, he's an actor named Nick, and I actually
he's
brought
Nick Nemeth. He's not Dolph Ziggler.
One of the funniest fucking things that we
if anything, you should be tweeting.
Was when Ziggler re-signed and he was talking about his Kent State wrestling record.
Yeah.
And Edwards was like, "All right, congratulations, Kent State's best wrestler." It was one of the funniest things. I don't know why I found it so funny.
And
every time I think of Ziggler, I think of that.
He wears
he was wearing at the time he was wearing the Kent State wrestling hoodie.
Yeah.
So it was hilarious. And I'm just like. And my point was, you're defending Dolph Ziggler like he's your best friend, and he wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Like, let's be honest. Like, listen, last week, Odell Beckham didn't show up to his OTAs, and it was a big deal in New York, very big deal with the media, and all the New York radio personalities got all over him.
What's an OTA?
It's basically a voluntary workout for players. It's voluntary, so you don't have to show up, but it's kind of frowned upon if you don't.
Yeah.
The whole team showed up, but Odell Beckham.
Okay, now that's shitty.
Right. So everybody's destroying Odell Beckham, rightly so.
Yeah.
Rightly so. And listen, there are Giant fans who are like, "Yo, get off Odell. He's our best player." Blah blah blah. And then there's other fans like, "Dude, he's a punk. He's not about the team." Da da da. The whole thing. You get both sides of the spectrum. And then you got the Cowboy fans ragging on Odell and this, that, and the other. At no time did you have the entire football universe going, "Oh, my God, Mike Francesa, how dare you call out Odell Beckham? How dare you say he's a bad guy? We're going to eat your children, and you take it in the ass for the rest of your life, you fucking scumbag. How dare you say that about Odell Beckham in football?" I mean, that's what it would be. It never happens. People, get a grip on fucking reality.
Now, here's my thing.
You are not Mike Ferrara. You are not Melvin Dassey. You do not live in a fantasy world. It is the real world. Wrestling is a fantasy. Realize it. Please, for your own sake,
Listen to me. Realize it. It's a fucking fantasy.
Here's my thing to this. If she would have tweeted out Nick Nemeth is a piece of shit, half the motherfucker, 3/4 of the motherfuckers.
They wouldn't even know who he was.
Exactly. They'd be going, fuck him. He's a piece of shit for fucking dropping your hot ass. What the hell? Come here. I'll eat you out. Come here, bitch. You know? And then they'd be like, who's Nick Nemeth? And then they go in their Google machines and type in Nick Nemeth. Oh, fuck you, Dolph Ziggler.
See, Dolph, you know what Dolph was doing there? He was just playing his heel role.
He swerved.
Dolph was just being a heel. He's a heel right now. Heels blow off girls.
Heels are sitting there going, look at this. Oh yeah, Miz really blows off Maurice.
No, that's what they're saying. Dolph was so busy trying to fuck Maurice that he forgot about his date.
Oh man, and let's not forget. I think I'm going to mention a name here. He once had a fucking fling with Amy Schumer, for crying out loud. And I think Amy Schumer is one of the hottest people on the fucking planet. He's no longer with her.
Dolph's a fucking good-looking guy. I'm sure he's had a lot of pieces ass.
He gets around. But here's what I want to talk about here as far as YouTube goes in the sensitive universe of YouTube. I'm not we talked about this before. Me and Edwards have talked about it off air.
The monetization deal over here.
Yeah, man. The What Culture Pro Wrestling, man. It's, and it's not just What Culture. It's WWE as well. Basically any references to pro wrestling, like what we're talking about here, WWE is going to deem it as not family friendly. Hell, we were affected by this. I want to say it was last Monday. We were affected by this. The quick cut episode where Jeff Edwards tears apart last week's Raw and SmackDown. It's up right now in the archives. I encourage you to listen. It's a fun episode to listen to. And Edwards is absolutely right about every point he makes. But that got taken down. Edwards sent me the link on Skype. Is like, here, rip it and put it up on 1650. I go to click on it and it says, no, the video no longer exists. So one way or another, I get to upload the video, and YouTube took it down, and we got hit with a copyright strike.
Really?
And they're saying it violated YouTube's community guidelines. And
so how long are we going to be up tonight? Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live, but
if we're still live, fuck you, YouTube. How about that?
So YouTube's community guidelines is, anything race related. You can't can't broadcast porn. You can't broadcast
what are you
hate.
What the fuck are you gonna broadcast on YouTube?
Apparently, fucking Jeff Edwards put up porn because they took the damn thing down.
You're kidding.
And me and Edwards are on the phone. Edwards finally uploads the audio to. Edwards is like,
is that show still on iTunes?
It may be, yeah. I think it is.
So go listen to it on iTunes, everybody. I'm going to do the same, and fuck YouTube. How about that?
The basis of our network is YouTube, so no, don't. Anyway. And so Edwards put the video up on Spreaker, or the audio of it. And I'm listening to it, and there's nothing on this audio that would, the only thing that he had a concern about was maybe he had played a soundbite of Russo's podcast from Podcast 1. So he took that out and just quoted the audio word for word. It was Edwards' voice, and he quoted it word for word. And it got taken down still.
Let me ask you a question. Because I haven't checked, but we did a show 2 shows ago with the audio from the India number one. Did that get taken down?
No, that's still up.
Well, we played the fucking audio.
Well, we got a copyright.
What's the difference?
We got a copyright violation because I used a song at the beginning that was copyrighted. But as far as it violating YouTube's community guidelines, no, we did not get striked for that.
All right, so how do you know what's a violation and what's not?
Well, that's just it. YouTube, and when Jeff's video got taken down, I went ahead and appealed it. I went ahead and appealed. Oh, dude, Edwards was pissed. Edwards was sitting there going, what the fuck, man? What did I say? What did I do? And he was apologizing. I'm like, dude, don't fucking apologize. We're going to appeal this shit. So I put in, I tweeted back to YouTube or emailed YouTube back, and I was like, I want to know specifically, give me a timestamp in this video, pretty much is what I was telling them, of what is violating your community guidelines.
Right.
Sent it off. 10 minutes after I sent that off, the video was back up, the copyright strike was removed. What Culture Pro Wrestling has not been that lucky, and I'm going to play something at the end of the show because AC won't be able to hear it, but the fans will. It's a clip from one of their shows that was called Fight Back. WCPW.
So they got their shit taken off, right? Is that the deal?
Well, what's happened was, in addition to YouTube ad revenue, and a lot of other people have, the Wrestling Shorts channel, 1 million views, and YouTube's only giving them $11 worth of ad revenue. And it's affecting everybody because they don't think pro wrestling is, quote-unquote, advertiser-friendly.
Really?
Tell that to WWE, who has Little Caesars,
tell that
Mattel,
to the fucking
Pepsi, KFC.
Honestly, we just spent 10 minutes, especially me, trashing the cult that is the pro wrestling world. Trust me, YouTube, do yourself a favor. You want that cult following your fucking your website because they live and die with this shit. They don't believe, like I said, it's a fucking fantasy. They're calling me an asshole right now. They don't believe it's a fantasy. They believe it's real life. You want them in your world. Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? If I was running YouTube, I'd be kissing wrestling fans' ass right now. I wouldn't even said half the shit I said tonight if I was trying to make money off them.
So What Culture presents a video free or a live stream free of charge called Fight Back, and apparently the logo for this quote-unquote pay-per-view kind of looked like the YouTube logo, red and white and stuff like that. And it was streamed live and then taken down. And then they got their ability to stream live taken away. They got a copyright strike
altogether
for saying violation of YouTube's policy on spam and deceptive practices.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay? And What Culture put on there, not only is wrestling not monetizable on YouTube, apparently it's not welcome at all. We have been issued a quote-unquote strike, #FightBack. There is a petition out there started by the Heel Book channel, and I advise everybody, sign this petition. Let YouTube know that wrestling is not trash. Wrestling is not...
I mean, listen, is all the WWE shit still fucking up there? I'm sure it is.
Well, here's the problem.
I'm sure Vinnie Mac was on the fucking phone with the CEO of Google this morning.
It's affecting WWE as well, from what I've heard, because now WWE's not getting the ad revenue that they were once getting from YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, they're not sending anything, because what happened was...
Well, you know what they'll do? They'll just stop putting their shit up there.
Yeah, what's going to happen when you have a Fortune 500 company like WWE?
They'll just push it on Facebook or Twitter or something else.
So what happened was YouTube, and this is how all this came to be, and they explained this in the video I'm going to play at the end of here and tonight and here in just a little bit. Apparently, there was a bunch of people on there throwing out racist shit and racist videos, hate videos, shit like that, okay? Now, I get it. Those people deserve to be taken down and dealt with.
12 months ago.
Well, anyway, so sorry, I hit a button there. But
no problem.
What happened then was YouTube says we're going to overhaul our practices. And part of those practices is going to involve pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is negative and we don't think it's monetizable. So we're going to stop paying people for their shit. Video game people are affected by this. Pro wrestling's affected by this. Pretty much anything that YouTube does not mean. If YouTube thinks they can't make money off of you because you're not family friendly, you're gone. Which is crazy because WWE preaches we put smiles on people's faces. We're PG. WWE's target audience is families and kids.
Right. Clearly.
So what happened was What Culture is fighting back against this, and they posted a fucking video of the whole thing was fight back and fuck you YouTube, and hey, pro wrestling is an art form. It's not trash, it's not white trash, it's not wrestling, it's wrestling. And so I encourage everybody to go to, I believe it's heelbook.com, or look up Heelbook on YouTube. That's HEELBOOK. And sign their petition. Let YouTube know that wrestling is an art form. Wrestling does not make people hate each other. Wrestling brings people together. Fuck! Pro wrestling is the whole reason why this network exists in the first place. Me, AC, Jeff Edwards, Robert Ventura, Rick Hendrickson. Fuck, King Firehawk. I'll even throw his name in there. All of us would not know each other if it wasn't for this great art form that is professional wrestling. And for a major company like Google and YouTube to sit there and go, well, it's not, we can't make money off of this.
Which is utter nonsense.
Utter nonsense, because WWE, Little Caesars, Pepsi, Mattel, KFC, however many advertisers they have during that show, they're making money off them. WWE does not need YouTube to fucking make money and to prove that pro wrestling is
that's
monetizable.
The thing. The machine doesn't need YouTube, but
the little guys do. I mean,
you want to know honestly, would Beyond be as big as, would PWG be as big as it is? What culture would any of them be as? I mean, remember when you were talking about NEW and saying, hey, they might have missed the boat here on YouTube. Maybe they just decided the sidestep was the move for them, and their little streaming network, the way they're doing it was the way to go. They don't have this issue right now. They barely utilize YouTube. But they're all over Facebook and Twitter, and they have their own little network there and Instagram and the whole deal. Maybe they saw the writing on the wall in some way.
The guy from NEW is laughing at me going, see, I told you this is why we don't do it, because of shit like this. And we just moved to YouTube. That's what kills me. We were like, YouTube, man, we're going to reach a broad audience. The problem is with YouTube is if they don't feel like they can make money off of you, they're not featuring your content on their front page. They're not promoting you at all. They don't care whether you get 1 million fucking views. Apparently.
So let me ask YouTube this question. So it's not okay to show pro wrestling, but it's okay to have 900,000 fucking rap videos that objectify women, drugs, and guns. That's okay. Mm-hmm. We can do that. We can have all that. That's fine.
It's okay.
But we can't show pro wrestling.
It's okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's okay for CNN to live stream YouTube of this shit that went down in London.
Right.
It's totally fucking depressing.
Perfect example.
We can fucking stream that all day. We can fucking stream 9/11 videos all fucking day. But we can't have pro wrestling.
I bet you ISIS could stream a fucking video on YouTube.
A beheading.
And get away with it because we don't want to upset anybody, but you can't show pro wrestling?
Exactly. You're right.
Get the fuck out of here.
This fucking PC shit makes me want to fucking vomit. It really does.
But here's the thing. The idea of being PC, in the grand scheme, you're actually not. You're not being PC because, like I said, you could pull up any one of 9 million fucking rap videos, and I could give you way worse shit on that than is going on in most of these pro wrestling shows. So what is the issue now with pro wrestling? Did the pro wrestling start making too much money off YouTube? Is that the problem?
I think everybody.
I'm the first one. First fucking one to call out the pro wrestling community when they're wrong, but I will still defend it when it's right. And right now, YouTube, I don't get it. They can take our shows off there. I don't give a fuck. You're wrong. You're dead wrong, because half the shit on YouTube is a lot less PC than fucking pro wrestling.
I mean, you got fucking 13-year-old kids streaming video games saying the F word every other sentence. 13-year-old kids.
Right. Exactly.
And that's monetizable because they're playing the video game that you have
you ever
feature.
Seen the Eagles fan, the black guy?
No.
That the biggest Eagles fan in the world. He's his videos get shared like 1 million times. He's an Eagles fan from Philadelphia, and he just ravages the Eagles every chance he gets. Everything they do wrong, and he doesn't even. Every 2 words out of his mouth is a swear, and it's like prioritized. You know what I mean? Like, it's on every fucking social media aspect. You can't even get away from it. And other fans of other teams actually likes it because it's like a passionate fan trashing his own team. But it's incoherent, like swearing about his team and talking about like, I'll blow up the fucking stadium and da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? But that's okay on YouTube. But God forbid you say Vince Russo.
Yeah, I mean,
give me a fucking break.
I'm sitting there going, what about this video from Edwards that hasn't taken it down? And I'm going to go ahead and share this video on my personal Twitter here instead of playing it at the end of the show because it is 5 minutes long. But everything that Adam, the guys, the booker of the promotion is Adam Blampier. Everything that Adam says is true. Wrestling is a fucking art form. And because YouTube made this decision to decide that we're not going to give money to the pro wrestlers, we're not going to give money to fucking, indie companies for their content on YouTube like they should be given. WCPW has been forced to cancel a multitude of shows. The 5-Star Wrestling, the people who supposedly offered CM Punk $1 million to come in, they canceled the show that CM Punk was going to get paid $1 million to be on.
Hold on a second, though. 5-Star Pro Wrestling is taking a lot of heat for a lot of things, though. Mm-hmm. They seem to be doing a lot of shady shit.
They are.
I got a text from Edwards, and he knows the Eagle fan I'm talking about. Do you want to know what his name is on YouTube?
What is it?
Eat That Pussy 445. That's his name. Eat That Pussy 445. So we can eat that pussy on YouTube, but God forbid you show Travis Gordon doing a 450 splash. Is this real life? Is this real fucking life right now?
So, I mean, Adam, it's not one wrestler on YouTube who's a British wrestler goes, Britain, right now, the UK is supposed to have this big upswing. Wrestling is on a boom period in the UK. Okay?
Very big, yeah.
This wrestler tweeted out, goes, "Thank you, YouTube. I now have less bookings than I did 4 months ago," or something to that effect. Or I've had more canceled shows. I think it was, I've had more shows cancel on me in the last month than I have in my entire, 15-year career. And he goes, and you call this an upswing, is what he said.
I have to say this. This is a true statement. There's a lot of guys in the area that I live that end up on Ring of Honor, and they all do a tour in Europe before. Mm-hmm. Whether it's Flip Gordon, whether it's Donovan Dijak, all these guys. That's a big deal. So, hey, I mean,
half the people and I guarantee you, all of those. I mean, World of Sport got canceled, so there is no wrestling on TV.
Becky Lynch. Go down the list.
I mean, fuck you. I'll even put him over here. Colt Cabana, a big part of Colt Cabana's wrestling repertoire, if you want to call it a repertoire, is UK style. I know, I can't stand him either. But anyway. I used to be a huge Colt Cabana fan until he started doing the stand-up comedy and just totally fucking, got too big for his britches. But that's another story. But, Colt Cabana's huge over in the UK.
Nobody said they had good taste.
Well, everybody knows my feeling on what culture, and a big part of me's like, fuck yeah, maybe.
Oh, you're a big fan of the UK fan. I mean, you're a card carrying member.
Well, here's my thing. I'm sitting there going,
"Going to fucking WrestleMania, you British assholes."
Wait 2 weeks and then have your fucking fun. You goddamn right. But that doesn't mean. But the thing is that not only is it affecting Britain, it's affecting anything in the U.S. It's affecting us. It's affecting any promotion in the U.S. that puts their shit on YouTube. CWF Mid Atlantic doesn't care because there was an article when we had Grant on. We even asked Grant about this.
They're not making anything off of it.
They're not making anything off of it to begin with. They're not posting the shit on there for money. They're posting shit on there,
Exposure. They're getting exposure.
Yeah, the exposure, and on the premise of you'll buy a ticket to come see us live, you'll travel to North Carolina, and there's people that do that. It works.
And you get a couple fucking half-ass fucking show podcast guys like us talking about you.
And it's not just us. It's people like that wrestling shorts guy who does really good, funny fucking cartoons before every pay-per-view. He's the one that before fucking WrestleMania, he fucking Roman Reigns runs in on every fucking match and wins every fucking title. That's how he booked the WrestleMania thing. It was beautifully done. And, he's even sitting there going,
I might have to take a trip down for a CWF show. I feel like I'm over with all those guys.
Dude, the word is that in December, Edwards and Stames may be coming down. So you're more than welcome to join us. We're going to rent out the VIP suite. So, anyway.
They don't have a hard cam, but they have a VIP suite.
They got a VIP suite with fucking Barca loungers and fucking free food.
Did we get, who's the chick that you guys interviewed?
CL Party, she might come by and say hi.
Do we get a little visit from her? I might make the trip.
We could. We could have a little bit of CO. They give you one pro wrestler.
I'll tell you what, that would be better than standing out in the fucking freezing cold like me, Edwards, and Stames did down in South Philly for Ring of Honor a couple years ago.
Oh, you're going to be standing out in the freezing cold waiting for this thing to open?
Hey, listen, I don't know about your Virginia freezing cold. It's probably not like our freezing cold.
Probably not. But
listen, no, I want VIP fucking access. I want early entrance. I wanna meet Grant Sawyer. I wanna meet fucking CL Party. I wanna meet Chip Day. I want the fucking real treatment if I come down there.
I don't know if Chip Day is gonna be a battlecade, but the rumor is, man, everybody's gonna chip in $100 and we're gonna rent out this fucking suite. So who knows?
I'm in.
You know?
I'm in. Daddy Cool's in.
So start begging for tips down at the bar, and we can afford it.
Hey, listen, if things keep going to where they are, I might have to beg for tips. Jesus Christ.
Trouble in paradise, eh?
This time of year sucks.
Oh, man.
But anyway.
Everybody's
when in December is that?
It's usually one of the last weeks in December or middle of December. They haven't really officially announced a date yet.
I'm going to Cleveland on December 10th for Packers and Browns with a female Packer fan. So.
Oh, Lord.
I will be in Cleveland on the 10th of December.
It may not be then. I don't think the 10th of December is on a Sunday. They don't usually run on Sundays.
Yeah, but if it's on the 9th, that's just going to be a tough trip to make.
But I will tell you that as far as June goes, the 24th.
Hey, listen, I could just leave Cleveland, head down to Paducah.
It's Gibsonville, not Paducah. Anyway, there's a little bit of class down there in Gibsonville. But anyway, well, I will tell you that June 24th, I'm going to try to be at Absolute Justice. They announced this week, giving you a little preview of what's to come here in the next CWF shows. The unofficial CWF Mid-Atlantic Worldwide After Show with me and Jeff Edwards tomorrow night. Hadn't set a time yet, but as soon as we iron things out, we'll let you guys know on Twitter for sure. They announced that the match between Nick Richards and Trevor Lee at Absolute Justice is no time limit, no DQ. Trevor Lee's been cutting some heel promos lately here at CWF, in my opinion. But we'll get to that tomorrow and Wednesday.
Hopefully fucking Chip Day runs in and kicks his ass. I got NEW Friday, Northeast Wrestling, Crosby High School, Waterbury, Connecticut. Keith Lee and JT Dunn. Travis Flip Gordon, newly signed by Ring of Honor. I know he had a Kazarian over the weekend for ROH, pretty good big match for him. He's got Dijak. We got Pentagon Jr. and Sammy Callahan.
That's going to be cool.
El Patron, which will probably get booed out of the building. That piece of shit.
Wait, was him
you got Wrecking Ball Legursky and Ron Zombie.
Is he allowed to keep that agreement, even though he signed with Ring of Honor or TNA now?
Who's that?
Patron. Isn't he signed with TNA?
As of now, he's booked. So he'll be there. I mean, hey, listen, if he's not there, I don't think anybody will cry. Everybody hates him. He actually, at the last show, when they announced he was going to be there, he got booed out of the building. So I don't know what's going to go last. I would think it'd be Pentagon and Callahan just because Patron's going to get booed out of the building, and I think they know that. We'll see. So that'll be interesting to talk about. You also got Vinny Marcellia, Kingdom member, versus, and I know you love this name because you brought it up before, Big Bacon Brad Hollister.
Big Bacon, baby.
Versus Vinny Marcellia, the Kingdom member. And like I said, we got Wrecking Ball Legursky with he has an old school type manager named Marshall McNeil. He's got Ron Zombie. And Zombie. I mean, it's a pretty Mandy Leone and Diana Perrazzo. Jake the Snake's going to be there. Teddy Long's going to be there. Jerry Lawler's going to be there. So, the typical Northeast wrestling crew. Other than the champion, Cody Rhodes will not be in attendance for that show.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm guessing he has other obligations.
Well, he's not booked with TNA anymore.
Well, he worked last weekend. He worked Adam Cole for Northeast Wrestling for the title. And obviously Cody came out on top, but I heard they put 2,200 in some kind of hockey rink in someplace in New York there and had a big time show.
That's awesome.
So I guess the Now won the Northeast Wrestling Tag Championships over the Battle Brothers. I'm sure there'll probably be some kind of rematch on Friday. It hasn't been announced yet, but I would think you'll get a rematch or something with that too. And Taven is booked as an appearance. So I wonder what that's about. I'm under the theory that as the summer goes on, we're going to get Taven and Cody. So I think they may start laying the groundwork for that on Friday.
So the Great Balls of Fire logo, we got to mention this here.
Oh, and before I forget, I'm sorry. I do have an update on the Best Around TK Orion, and is not a good one. The leg is still broken. He has a rod with the screws in there, and it has not healed yet. Ooh. So there is no timetable for his return right now.
So apparently WWE Great Ball, they have changed the logo to like a bunch of flames, kind of looking like the Harley Davidson logo.
So they took the balls out of it?
They took the balls because somebody actually on Twitter at Broken Math tweeted out the original picture and drew like a dick in a nut sack around the thing.
Yeah, that's what I saw today. Yeah.
So they've changed that.
It was like an upside down backwards dick.
And apparently TNA, the hits just keep on coming for them because James Storm is the newest TNA Hall of Fame member. Like that means anything. They really scraped the bottom of the barrel.
Is TNA really still? I mean, like honestly, is it still on? I have not watched.
By the first of the year, it'll be Global Force Wrestling the way they're going. But we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and hang up with AC because I really do want to play that clip. And I don't know if AC wants to hang on for 5 minutes while he hears nothing.
No, you could play. We got our time in. Sensitive universe. Listen, I got to call you out sometimes. Just got to deal with it.
You know what?
But I thought we had a good show tonight.
With the Dolph Ziggler thing, now that you've explained it that way, if it was us throwing the shade her way first, then we're at fault. But if she had came out there and go, I'll never date a fucking pro wrestler again, then that's when it would have been well deserved. But she didn't do that, it sounds like. So that's your Melvin Dassey of the week is YouTube. YouTube is the Melvin Dassey. They fucked with us this past week.
Listen, I make this promise on Friday night at Crosby High School, and if you're listening, beware. Because I am going to be on the lookout, and the Melvin Dassey of the night will be tweeted live on Friday.
You got to get a Melvin Dassey chant going, too.
I'll try. I'll get my buddy Jim McDermott, who's going to be with me. D. Smitty will be with me in the front row. We got front row seats. And my daughter, we got front row seats. I know the What Have You Done For Me Lately crew isn't talking to me as much lately, but at least I got the front row seats. So
why? What's wrong with the What Have You Done For Me Lately crew? What is this all about?
You're gonna have to listen to Cool Down with AC to get that info.
Go ahead. Yeah, we tune into that. That'll be up sometime this week as well, and of course on.
I'm not bitter or anything. I'm just saying, like, what have you done for me lately? Like, dude. I mean, I know I used to go to 50 shows a year, and I don't anymore. But hey, I threw around a few dollars. I'm not bitter or anything.
Hey, I don't go to every single CWF show.
I'm going to start calling motherfuckers out soon, but hey, whatever.
I don't go to every single CWF show, and I'll never get comped because nobody gets comped at them at their shows. So,
I will say this. I have never been given a free ticket to an NEW show. That's true. But in the past, I have gotten upgraded, we'll say. Like if I was in a gold seat, I got upgraded to a platinum seat for a gold price. I have got that in the past, which I don't expect now. But I will say, since I've been going to less shows, I've been getting some more cold shoulders. That's all.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on Twitter at Joe Pillar to Post. Follow the network on Twitter at 1650 PWAM. And you can always follow AC on there at AC Cooldown. Listen to I invite you all, please listen to that quick cut from Jeff Edwards, the one that got yanked from YouTube and then put back up promptly about maybe 20 minutes later.
It is on iTunes as well.
And it is. Well, that's what I was going to say. There's a big change for Blading for Truth coming, and rightfully so. Because I'll be honest with you, I've done some things that aren't wrestling related myself here, and I would not be surprised. This week's rating is probably going to pop a rating. It's probably not going to be the lowest. Next week they got Lesnar on there, so they're going to pop a rating for that. It looks like heading into this Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view, they may actually be booking things decently, but I don't have much hope for them. After what we've
I just want to know who they're going to bring back for SummerSlam to pop the rating and drive me insane.
I wouldn't be surprised, man, if it was fucking Roman and Lesnar at SummerSlam. They hotshot that shit just to, you know.
I hate it, but you could be right.
Anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and get off here. I'm going to play this video here. AC, same time next week?
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye. So that was AC, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play this clip right here. The title of this is called Hate Speech Tears People Apart. Wrestling brings people together. And this is courtesy of What Culture Pro Wrestling. Check them out on YouTube at What Culture Pro Wrestling, WCPW. I've given these guys a lot of shade in the past because I don't necessarily agree with YouTube marks booking, you know, getting into the business. I would never book a fucking promotion no matter how big this channel got. But as a pro wrestling business overall, this affects everybody. It affects this channel. So here now, courtesy of What Culture Pro Wrestling, Adam Blumpier.
12 months ago, WCPW held its first tapings in a warehouse in Newcastle with a broken roof. Back then, the idea of us doing a wrestling promotion was a very silly idea. 12 months later, it is still a very silly idea. But we are still here. We're here in Manchester for WCPW Fight Back. This night was supposed to be the first night of the new series of WCPW Loaded.
Language. There are children watching this show, don't you know?
No. Okay. I understand and thank you. Owing to YouTube guidelines, it's not possible for us to give you a free weekly wrestling show on YouTube, and honestly, that kills us. But it's not about cussing out YouTube, okay? Because speaking hate, that's part of what got us into this mess, okay? So here's what happened. For the uninitiated, certain YouTubers preaching hate had adverts in front of their videos, which led advertisers to flee YouTube. To counter this, YouTube has drastically reduced the monetization of what it deems to be inappropriate content, and that includes wrestling. And that is why we're here. That's why we're doing this show for free on our YouTube channel rather than putting it behind our paywall, What Culture Extra, which we could do, and that's the only way we'd really make money off this show. We're running this show at a loss. I mean, you guys have bought your tickets, and that's paid for the wrestlers, because, just to address online, we always pay our wrestlers. But here's why I'm here. It's because this is a statement. That's what this show is. It's a statement to YouTube that wrestling does not deserve to be classified, tarred with the same brush as hate speech, because what hate speech does is it tears people apart. What wrestling does is it brings all of these people together here tonight. Wrestling is about creating a community. That's what every promotion does. Progress has its family, so does Rev Pro, so does Fight Club Pro, so does ICW. WWE has its universe. WWE is being affected by these changes. It's got to the point where I'm standing in this ring trying to make Vince McMahon money. But no, they all deserve to make that money, because YouTube, it allows us to reach our community of fans that we are building. That's what culture is. It's a community of fans who love wrestling, because wrestling, it's an art form. Wrestling is an art form. Am I wrong or am I right?
But the only thing I agree with this man on.
Thank you, one person. But we want to do this show for free. We're going to cut this segment out and we're going to put it on our YouTube channel along with the rest of the show for free because we want you at home, we want you to share this video. We want you to, at YouTube, there is a petition going around by Heelbook. In order, that petition wants wrestling to be removed from inappropriate content. We officially endorse that petition. We're gonna put it in the description underneath this video. Read it, sign it, share it. That's what this is about. It's about making sure that wrestling gets the respect that it deserves. Okay? And I am gonna go, okay? This is, because we're here to a wrestling show, aren't we? But just one time on this show, on a platform which can be shared, please share this video everywhere you can. I want you all to stand, if you can, for me, please. Stand. And I just want you, for everyone listening at home, for everyone at YouTube who may see this, I want you to make some noise for how much you respect professional wrestling. These people are loyal fans, and they deserve the sport they love to be treated with the respect it deserves. Thank you. Thank you so much for this.
Gotta tell you, I may not like the promotion. I may not like even who runs it. But they are 100% right. Wrestling is an art form. Hate speech tears people apart. Pro wrestling put 1650 PWAM together. Sign that petition. Go to that video I shared on my Twitter page, at Joe Pillow to Post. And sign that petition over at change.org. We'll see you down the road.